This week's episode of the Avocado Plug podcast is brought to you by Kenmore Barbell and Fitness. Kenmore Barbell and Fitness is a barbell gym in Kenmore, Western New York, equipped for powerlifting, Olympic weightlifting, strongman, and general fitness. Personal training is available there. Now, what I'll say is in this upcoming episode, you will see this owner of the gym. And, you know, some of these gyms out here, the personal trainers and everything like that, they're these gluten-free, vegan, fruity fluffer coming wearing neon stuff and stuff like that. That's not, if you're powerlifting, who you want to be training you. You want a dude with a fireman's mustache, a big old turkey tail of a mullet out the back, and you want to know that you're getting that correct training in. So check out Kenmore Barbell and Fitness on Instagram. Follow the owner, Vin, at vin.kenmorebarbell. And for any questions, please contact them directly on Instagram or through their website, kenmorebarbell.com. And if you want to support us through if you want to support them through the shutdown, shop their merch at thick with two C's strength/supply.myshopify.com/collections/all. And I will put that link in the bio so you guys don't have to listen to me try and stutter through that URL there. Vin, you might want to try and shorten that down a little bit. But it's super dope. All that merch has a logo designed by me on there. They were my first graphic design client when I started doing my graphic design freelancing. And super, super good quality. And shout out that small business, support local. Also, during this quarantine time, they do have equipment that is available for rent. So if you don't have a home gym and you still want to get those curls for the girls in, go head down to Kenmore Barbell and Fitness and get that hitter.
And the dude gets fucking naked, bro. Takes all his clothes off. Yes, Aaron Hernandez's lover gets butt-ass naked and says, fucking fight me.
Terrence, people on the internet can find anything. They will zoom in, depixelate it, if that's even a word.
That's how they got Pop Smoke.
True.
Really?
Probably some shit like that.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Welcome to the Avocado Plug podcast, episode number 2. We got some exciting stuff for you guys today. Again, we have my co-host, Tiara Macklin, on here.
Hello.
What's up, Tiara? And we have Terrence Macklin, twin brother. I don't know if you guys can see it. Honestly, bro, you look like if, Steph Curry was, like a little bit soft. And Steph Curry is already soft. You feel me? He's already middle of the road. And if Steph Curry was even softer, I think that's what you look like right there.
Like he gets
bro.
hit on the court, it's like, ow.
Yeah, so you guys think if I was on the court, the first thing I would do is just flop. I wouldn't try to shoot a shot.
No, I'm sorry. I was in the way.
Excuse me, guys.
No, that's on you.
Cold.
But Terrence is a dispensary worker. I have a bunch of questions about the cannabis industry and shit like that. And hopefully we can get some of those answered today.
Yeah.
You feel me? But, obviously working in dispensary and shit like that, you must see some, crazy shit that happens, yo. You probably have, hella people coming through there that are, we're in Vegas, yo, and we're on the outskirts of Vegas. So I can imagine the smells, the fucking sounds, the outfits that come through there,
We're in
bro.
the hillbilly hood, baby.
Man, people come in costumes, man. You have no idea. You have a dude that come in a suit. And then you have the next dude come in that looks like they haven't slept in 4 days. They're like, dude, I just need to get my weed and get out of here. And you have this other dude's like, I'm just getting my day started, just trying to enjoy my day. Can I get a nice sativa? Other dude's like, give me the strongest shit you got. I haven't smoked in days.
And it's that guy that's trying to spend $10 on a gram or $10 on an eighth. Excuse me.
I need a $25 eighth, 30% THC, and it needs to have 10 million grams of myrcene. I want to be fucked up for days. I'm like, dude, if you want heroin, I can get you a guy around the corner. That's no problem. But we got weed.
I want to shoot that H up, man.
Man, I'm telling you, I can't even. With my customers on the east side, I love my customers to death. They're the reason why I have a job. But some of them really need to get a grip on themselves. Dude, it's just weed. It's not that serious, guys. It is not that serious. Y'all are fiends. But y'all do keep me paid. So shout out to you guys. Appreciate you.
Facts, yo. Is there any one customer that stands out to you type shit? I don't know. I don't even know what to say.
I have a few customers that I would say that stand out in good ways and bad ways. So, we'll cover both ends of the spectrum. We'll cover some of my favorite customers, the customers I enjoy, and then we'll cover some of the ones that are like, they made a memory, but not for the best reasons. The Hall of Infamy, we'll call it. The Hall of Fame, the Hall of Infamy.
So what's your best customer? Like, if you had an ideal customer coming in, maybe you have someone in your head that you're thinking of, like, who would that be?
Yeah, my ideal customer personally is a customer that comes in who knows what they want, but genuinely wants to look around. They know what they like, whether it be flower, edibles, or wax, but they just want to kind of see what's new, what's available, what's good, and they want your opinion. I have a customer in particular. He's actually an older customer. We won't name any names, but he comes in a great attitude every time he comes in. He just wants to get, his product. He knows what he likes, and he just wants to get that. He gets in, he gets out. Perfect.
Hell
Easy
yeah.
customer. And, shout out to that man. He always comes in with his grandson as well, and they're really cool people for sure.
That's awesome. That's cool to see. Like, I can't even imagine, like, smoking with my grandpa or something like that. You feel me? Like, that's super.
Imagine not smoking with my grandma on Christmas. Like, that's what I'm used to.
Your grandma gets down like that?
Oh, the whole family does.
Gets down.
Yeah.
Don't know my grandpa, but grandma gets down. Grandma gets down.
Disrespectful, but hey, you got some Molly in the car? Bring it in. Let's
trying
go.
to party.
I don't mean my friend Molly either. I mean,
She means I am. But yeah, that's probably what I would say is one of my favorite customers for sure. Super dope guy, love him to death, and any customer that wants to come in and wants to ask questions, that's cool. But we have some customers that want to come in like know-it-alls. So it's nice to have a customer that just knows what he wants, but just wants to see what's here.
Understood.
do people come in so fucked up that you are like, do you really need the weed? Like, do they come in like drunk or like on some other shit, trying to get more shit?
We actually have to deny them service, so we've had to do that a
Really?
couple times. Yeah,
Really?
it's just like any other job. If you knowingly see someone's too intoxicated, you can't serve them. Same kind of thing. We had one customer come in, literally was in the mirror of our, because it's a one-way mirror, and you can see on one side but not the other.
That's the most embarrassing shit.
Man had about $3 or $4 in his hand, and he's in the mirror like, I got all this money. He's over here
$100
flexing in the mirror. I'm not kidding. This is a true story. Flexing in the mirror like he's in a music video. He's over here vibing, doing his own thing. I'm like, all right, bro. Hey, do your thing. But then the boy wants to start like really get disrespectful, start like rapping aloud, cussing, and then we ask him like, look, man, we see you're vibing, enjoying yourself, but you got to calm down.
I'm not trying to buy your mixtape.
Man doesn't want to calm down, so eventually we just have to do what we have to do and just say, look, man, we can't serve you. You have to leave. You're clearly intoxicated, and it's just one of those things you don't want to do, but you kind of have to do, But that was actually a pretty funny situation that happened because you're over here looking at this man like,
Because he
bro,
can't see you.
$4, like you could at least pull out $100 bill.
He's rubbing a couple pennies together, hoping they multiply.
He's gonna buy an
$11.
$11 gram with those $4. He actually's probably gonna get to the register and like this isn't $4. Oh, okay. What else you got? What do you got for $4? But that actually brings up another story though that I think of. I don't know what made me think about this, but I have actually a really crazy story about one of probably the craziest moments we've ever had at Top Notch.
Word?
Top
Yeah,
Notch history.
the craziest time. So one day, I actually had this customer come in, and you guys may have actually seen this. If you guys watched the documentary with Aaron Hernandez.
Oh, yeah, of course. He was the
Yeah.
Patriots player that, killed somebody, went to jail, and then
Found out he
died
was
in
gay
jail
and
or
then
something.
had like a wife
a
and
bunch
a
of
kid.
stuff.
Then the
All
wife
sorts of
hid the
crazy
weapons
stuff.
and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's first of all, that's a down ass bitch. That's gonna hide some weapons for
And
you,
then
and then
snitch on daddy.
it was like her brother that he killed, right? Like it was like
I don't know
or
about
some
her brother.
family member.
I don't know about that. I think it was some random guy that they met at a bar or something along those lines.
I thought that the dude he killed was like his close friend.
Oh, yeah.
It was like a close friend.
It was a family
but I thought
friend.
it was related to his girl.
No, he was like a brother. I think he came over, like, played with his kid. Like, they were like, I think Aaron Hernandez was making it seem like he hardly knew the guy, but he actually had like home video from his camera. It was like, bro, like this guy was in your house, like holding your kid, dapping you up. Like that's not someone you're gonna have in your house if you're not comfortable with him.
Yeah, I faintly remember because I watched it, but I faintly remember like who it was. But yeah, it was crazy.
He literally like recorded himself lying the whole time. Like, bro, that's why I don't have cameras.
Shout out Casper.
Yeah, right. We have to take that camera
You can't
down.
tape that bitch because you're never gonna know.
If you guys don't know,
We got tape on the camera in our.
You ain't gonna see shit.
listen, we
Okay.
cannot have the feds watching what we doing in this house. We be having some crazy moments in this bitch. But yeah, so that documentary. So in that documentary, I'm sure you guys remember, Aaron Hernandez had a little bit of I guess alleged affair with one of his close friends, close players. And that guy actually he's actually a regular customer in our shop. He used to come in, I wouldn't say like every day, but he came in decently. You know,
so you know who he was. You knew kind of like his affiliation.
Yeah,
like
when I saw him, I was like,
from the TV show.
blew my mind. I thought I knew him, but then someone pointed it out to me. I was like, oh, that is that guy. I did not know he lived here in Vegas. So the man comes in one day, and he's always kind of on one, but we just kind of don't think anything of it. So he comes in, and this man starts like kind of causing trouble, a little commotion, whatever. So we just say, hey, look, we're gonna serve you, get you out here and on your way.
Yeah.
But he starts like causing a commotion, talking crazy trash to security. I'm talking like just telling them off or whatever. And then 2 other customers decide, hey, they want to get in and say, look, this is top notch. This isn't your place to come in here and act like this. So they try to be security.
And you said these are customers that were saying this to him.
Wow. Yeah, these are other customers that are
so
trying to
he must have been
ride
acting like super reckless. Like,
way obnoxious, grabbing people's attention, doing shit that he shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
And so to make kind of long story short, they end up going outside, having to try to defuse the situation because the customers and Aaron Hernandez's lovers start going at it. Like, they're just fucking talking crazy to each other, like about to start a fight or whatever. So, go outside.
Weed.
Over weed, man. Just get your weed and get out. Like, what is so wrong in your life that you got to cause a problem at the weed store? Do this at your plug's house and watch you get shot and killed, bro. This ain't gonna fly at the plug's house, man. You do that, it's going down. And so they go outside, and man, the dude, one of the customers starts to get in a commotion with him. They don't actually lock on, but he basically is like prepping up for a swing. So it's 2 guys versus Aaron Hernandez's lover. And basically one dude swings, like literally, bro, completely misses and throws his body into a fucking bush. And then fucking the dude's like fucking ready, like a fucking pro wrestler. Like, I'm telling you, that dude, Aaron Hernandez's boyfriend, wanted to smoke. I'm telling you, they would have made contact, he would have fucking started swinging because he missed again. But then after that, it doesn't stop there. It gets worse. Just when you think the story is almost done, it gets worse. So they're still talking shit after he misses. They still want some more smoke. The dude's like, definitely not done. He's like, bro, I want you to hit me. Like, hit me today so I can have a reason.
Hit me first.
So the dude, they start getting closer and closer about to fight. And the dude gets fucking naked, bro. Takes all his clothes off. Yes, Aaron Hernandez's lover gets butt-ass naked and says, fucking fight me. Like, he wants to smoke.
Naked.
And this dude starts getting in the street. And this dude, I'm telling you, I'm not kidding, dick out. He's like, I'm 6 inches hard, baby. In front, and like you see cars driving by, security's watching, but he's not on.
Like 12 o'clock at night or something.
This is in broad daylight, bro. In broad daylight. I want to say maybe 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
You haven't had lunch yet, bro.
Man hasn't
throwing a fit. Like,
man hasn't even gotten through the fucking half
McDonald's
a day.
is just now serving lunch. Like, it's just
Yo, seriously. And this man is over here causing a commotion. Like, fuck, it's 5 o'clock somewhere and someone's enjoying their time and we're having to fucking get Aaron Hernandez's boyfriend clothed and back out of her because he's not on property, but he's fucking still in a situation where we gotta kind of monitor what's going on because at any second.
They throw their clothes off, they run around naked, throwing a fit. Like, now you have to chase them around the house.
Man, I swear.
I think you sent the video of this to Joe, right?
Yeah.
Can we pull that up real quick?
Proof?
Yeah.
Pull it up.
Bro.
I want to see this, yo.
Man, I'm telling you, I couldn't make this up. Go to the other one first. No, go to the other one. No. Don't play this one first. Play the other one.
The other one?
Oh, there's more?
Yeah, this.
Look at the tan. Look at the tan, first of all.
He said, zoom in on the tan.
Like a walk of
So this is
shame.
where it starts. This is where it starts. Oh, wait, the quality died down. Swings and misses, bro.
Into
Just
the
straight
bush.
into a bush, bro. He's like, come on, give me some more. Throw another punch. There's 2 dudes on one, and they are too scared to fight him because you saw he fucking was ready for that punch. But
That truck's like, not today.
I want to see what's about to happen next.
He's using the pole as a little bit of a defense right there. I see that.
I thought that car was fucking speeding off. I was like, damn. And he's just waiting for more. He's like, come on, hit me.
He's got so much built-up tension. He is just ready to
And he sees they're not ready for it,
And
so
that's
he
a
starts
pretty
walking
big
off.
dude, too. Like, he's not
Yeah.
small by any means.
Oh, no, he wants it. So look, then he starts to go over here, and then the video stops shortly after this because they start to get more of a commotion. And then after this is where it starts to get worse because the dude's like, oh, I'm going to start walking off. But then he's like, nah, come over here, bro, fight me.
And he's not on top.
And then he starts taking shit off That's where the video stops.
I think it stops at the shirt.
It don't stop, bro. There's more. He fucking gets butt ass naked.
Wow.
Dick out, not underwear.
Not even holding it.
Look
at this guy, full bush and everything,
cars are
bro.
Look at the cars passing. Look at the cars. Just looking at this man. Imagine being the passenger, the driver, and like,
I would have to say,
is that man's dick out? What's going on?
2 out of those 3 cars probably are not surprised. It's an average Wednesday
Average day in
on
Las
the east side of
Vegas,
Las
Nevada.
Vegas.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Early at that.
Yo.
That's funny.
That is probably the best thing I've seen
yo.
all
I couldn't make that up, guys. I couldn't make that up.
That's like some shit that you literally would make up just for like the shits and giggles of
Just
it. Like,
say it happened.
He's like, but here's video.
But here there's more. Yo, that was actually
That's
probably
amazing,
hands down the
yo.
most wild story I can say that's ever happened.
Applause for that guy.
But yeah,
That's a lot of confidence, though. So if you're going up against like 2 people, though, what other option do you have besides get butt ass naked? Because who wants to fight a naked dude, bro?
Hey, that was a smart ass play. If you ask me, that takes a real man. You can call him gay if you want to. Call him gay if you want to. That man was ready for this smoke. He would
Take
beat
some
your. That gay man would
balls.
beat your ass.
Naked.
Hey, no, because you don't want to touch someone naked. You don't want to
No.
touch someone naked.
Facts,
Yeah.
yo,
You would
yeah.
not, especially all sweaty and fuck the dick, the butt cheeks.
Yeah.
Yo, when was the last time he cleaned himself? Like, if he's really gonna get naked, like, does he even clean himself? Does he even care?
It's so funny how the
He
dynamic
said he
is-
was 6 inches hard, right? That's what he was yelling
I'm
out.
telling you,
Yeah,
man.
no, he said, yeah.
He must have been a
I
bit more of a grower than a shower, if you feel what I'm saying.
He is 6 inches
Yo.
hard. Oh my
No,
god.
that's hard, baby. That's as grown as he's gonna get, baby. He ain't getting any more grown than that. Yeah, but that was actually a pretty crazy
Damn,
story,
yo,
bro.
That's
Can
wild.
you imagine just some people hitting cars because they're stoned and can't park? Nope.
Listen, speaking of hitting cars, man, one thing we need to do is get a bigger parking lot, man. That parking lot, if you've ever been to Top Notch, bro, you know our parking lot needs an expansion, bro. Cars are getting hit all the time. I think there's an accident at least once a day there. Like, you would
Wow,
think these...
really?
Bro, people are so
That's
high.
so
They're hitting their
tight.
pen before they pulled out of the parking lot. They probably smoking, but like, let me spark up this joint, put it in reverse, start sparking it, and then they fucking crash, and they're like...
Oh.
Bro.
Wow. Do you
Yeah.
call the cops usually for that kind of stuff, or people pull off?
It's all on them. They get our camera footage, you know, they ask
And
for
so
that
there's
shit.
security
But,
outside too.
oh, they watch it all day and they laugh their. It's like they're eating popcorn watching this shit, dude. It's a movie.
Gummies are like, ha.
You're watching them get mad at each other. It's pretty crazy. We've had some pretty bad accidents for sure. There's some that are minor, and we've had some pretty like gnarly ones for sure. Like actually, you know, thankfully, hopefully the guy was okay. You know, he was able to get on a stretcher and he was able to move his feet, but he was on a motorcycle, and a car hit him as he was trying to come. He was just passing, and the car coming out and just fucking hit the motorcycle coming out. It's just the worst parking lot, man.
That's
But
tough.
like I said, man, so, you know, was able to get put on a stretcher and go away, but. It was pretty crazy, man. We definitely are going to get a parking lot expansion soon, so that way that stops happening, bro.
At the end of the day, it's the people. Like, they should
Facts.
know better. Yeah.
Yeah. They got to pay
Yeah.
attention to what they're doing.
Especially if you're smoking and shit like that, like on
Yeah.
dispensary property, and you hit someone and the cops show up. Obviously, it's gonna smell like bud. Obviously, they're gonna
Yeah.
know why you're there and stuff like that. Like that's
just
just
the first
stupid.
thing they're thinking. It's
That's
just like a
dumb.
bar, bro. It's the same thing as
Yeah.
a bar. So
Yeah.
people
Bar and hitting somebody.
people think it's just nonchalant,
It's just
but
weed.
it's just as serious, man. You gotta be careful. So
People
you know,
take it and
on
run with
that
it.
on that note, you know, don't be behind the wheel and high, especially if you know you can't, you know, control yourself. That's one of those
Facts.
things that make sure, you know, just wait till you get home. You know, that's one of those things.
Even when I say I can drive high, like there's always that little part of me that gets anxious and weird. I'm like, is my car about to break down? Does everyone else know that I'm high? And then it starts to mess with how I'm actually driving. So like, I mean, unless you're like an avid smoker, like our older brother, like someone that we've known who's like can do anything high, like I don't trust anyone high. and
See, I feel
driving.
like
Yeah.
that stress and shit like that comes with smoking weed and driving, like that almost makes me a better driver. And I'm not saying that I smoke weed and drive or anything like that, but
No.
like
Yeah.
that definitely like makes you like stay in your lane, go the
Makes your
speed
shit more
limit.
focused.
Like,
You're
all
like
those
laser
things.
beamed. You're like, oh my god, I gotta make sure. It's like that anxiety kicks in almost.
Yeah.
So you're like, all right.
Joe, actually, if you could pull up real quick, I think there's a study just done on if cannabis affects your driving. Do you mind just Googling that real quick?
got you.
Because I think I
Yeah.
saw that like literally like yesterday or something like that. And
It
the
does
stats
have
came
some-
out and proved that it like really has no like great effect like on
you delay
like, the
though. I
overall-
feel like you have a delayed reaction sometime when you're high. No.
This is what the study said, and I'm just
Well, maybe it's what you were saying, like that anxiety factor kicks in, and you're just like extra on edge, so you're more aware than you think.
yeah, this one, the first one
Yeah,
right there.
yeah, got it right here.
14 hours ago.
Yeah.
Study finds that CBD.
Ah,
CBD is what it
alone
was.
has a
Yeah,
negative
see,
effect on
no,
driving,
I could do
yeah.
CBD and do anything.
Yeah, I mean anyone can. Yeah, like it. I don't know. For me, I don't get like any effect on CBD. Like I've
As
tried
you
multiple
shouldn't, right? You're
times.
not supposed to feel anything.
Yeah, it's not
from it.
psychoactive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, like, if anything, like, let's say, like, I stub my toe. If anything, like, I feel like a little tingling, but that's it. Like,
Yeah,
on CBD,
facts. Facts.
Are you 19 plus?
You know,
Am I 19? Oh. We can close out
19,
of
not
that.
18. It's
all good.
19 now. You know,
I think that's for Canada. I think Canada is 19.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Hey, but it was 18, I guess. Why is 18 the adulthood?
It's kind of weird. You know, I'm not going to get on the soapbox right now, but if you can fight and die for your country, I feel like you should be able to go have a beer. I feel like you should be able to light up a joint. And that's
true.
just the way that I feel.
Agreed. That's very true. He's like, not to get political.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's funny y'all brought up that topic of CBD, though, because that actually reminds me, you know, I love CBD. It's great. Like you said, it's non-psychoactive. It has a lot of great benefits. But I think people really have this idea that CBD is just like the miracle of all healers. Like, it will do everything.
I'm going to rub it on my tumor.
Like, you get your arm chopped off, rub a little CBD on there, all of a sudden.
Grows back. No, listen, they think if you just take CBD and put it in your car, it's going to fix all the problems. Like, CBD is just... Listen, I don't even know what to say at
Rattling
this point.
muffler, rub a little CBD on it. Check engine light comes on, pour a little bit down in that bitch.
And hey, listen, you pour that in your oiled slot, all problems go away. But on a serious note, CBD is great for like inflammation and body pains and anxiety relief. You know,
Facts.
you can ingest it orally through the skin, you know. And the main thing that I think I do like about CBD is the medicinal value, but the one thing I don't like is the false advertising behind it. You know, a lot of people advertise 1,000 milligrams of CBD in their product or the best CBD product out there. But at the end of the day, you got to look at what you're buying too. You know, if you buy like CBD that just says hemp extract, it's hemp derived, that's actually like really poor quality CBD that doesn't really do much for you.
Really?
So people like, they don't think CBD works or does what it's supposed to do. But like there's really what you need to be looking for is the full spectrum CBD out there. There's like a difference because full spectrum CBD is going to have a higher medicinal value. It's going to bring in that full spectrum of cannabinoids and medicinal value that CBD has to offer rather than just hemp-derived CBD.
Got you, because that hemp that they're deriving it from is like stuff that would be used for ropes and stuff like that as well. It's not been bred to be that way. I got you.
I did not know that. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Super low cannabis count, especially in states where it's not state regulated. So like places like, North Carolina and places like that, CBD is very much not what it's advertised to be. But, if you go to a licensed dispensary, that's where you want to get your CBD products from. So that way, you're getting what they say they're putting in. It's been tested and regulated. And that's the best way to get CBD ultimately. I don't recommend going to most shops that just
So like even when you do go into the dispensary, like what should people look for? Like what's like the because obviously there you walk in, they have a whole shelf of CBD stuff. They've got everything from lip balm to moisturizers to drinks to candy, everything. Yeah.
The best thing I can recommend is just, talking to your bud tender, getting an educated bud tender to talk to you, because a lot of the products, especially right now, you can't touch and see with COVID going on, which is unfortunate. But in the circumstance that you do have it, on the back of the product, there's always going to be a label printed out if it is tested by the state. And it will have the facts of the amount of milligrams, the percentage of CBD to THC in it, and it will be, like in the ingredients, what it will tell you if it's not, like a good telltale is it'll say hemp extract or hemp-derived CBD.
Gotcha.
And it will say that in the ingredients on the label itself versus going into a dispensary and getting a packaged one that has like the testing that came from a third-party tester.
Understood, yeah. And I worked at Cookies and stuff like that in the past. I didn't necessarily do the bud tending, so I'm not as, knowledgeable as you in this stuff. But what the bud tenders there told me was that you do want a little THC along with your CBD to activate it. Is that correct?
Really, it depends on everybody. Some people, it actually really does help. CBD and THC work really well together. That's 100% true.
Okay.
They really, really are, they have a symbiotic relationship. But some people absolutely can't have THC, and CBD alone has a lot of value.
Gotcha.
But I think that you can get a lot more value from it if you do have a little bit of THC to even balance out and even give you some of that high. A lot of people who do like to smoke, it really helps with that, so that way it can be a little bit off the lungs. Overall, if you can get CBD and THC together, always 100% like preferred and recommended. But some people can't ingest THC, and that's completely understandable. Yeah. And full spectrum CBD alone will have a lot of medicinal value.
And so, like, if you have CBD with no THC in it, will that pop hot under drug test or no?
There's a lot of speculation on that. So there's a lot of speculation that if you do, it won't. But the problem is when you do that, sometimes even in the most small quantities, there's still trace amounts of THC in your CBD. So I would always recommend, if you if you're going to take drug tests, if you ingest CBD, it's recommended to
So
not
that
take the
happened to your
drug
friend,
test.
right? They took some CBD and like they didn't smoke at all, and then they ended up having a drug test for a job, and they got positive for it.
Yep, that did happen.
Creams,
yeah.
anything that's non-transdermal doesn't break the blood barrier, you're fine. Creams, anything like that's more than okay. That doesn't actually get into the system.
Really?
It just works its way into the muscles, the joints, and things like that. It doesn't physically get into your system. So
Got
that would
you.
be more than okay. You can use any cream or topical. But anything that's transdermal, it'll say that it's transdermal. That means it breaks the blood barrier and actually
Got you.
gets into the blood vessels in the bloodstream and will enter your body.
That's wild. And, even in my personal life, I've so over time, like the weed that we have now, bro, is crazy. Like it's like fucking like it's 35%, like whatever the fuck. Like, but what they've done over time in breeding these super high THC weeds is they've bred out the CBD of that stuff, and so that's why even what I've seen in my personal life, like. Weed is giving so many more people anxiety right now, bro.
Yeah.
And CBD is what counteracts that like anxiety feeling of the THC. And I think that's, obviously it's great that we have all these weeds that taste like fruity pebbles and will get you stoned to the fucking gills, bro. But, at the end of the day, that breeding out of the CBD and stuff like that, like I think that's unfortunate because I think it's bringing up more of those like negative, like psychoactive effects in people.
Agreed. I think CBD should be found in a lot more in strains because actually I'm finding more customers ask for it in there because more and more customers are learning about CBD every day. It just takes, getting the right product from the right brand into the right hands. And I think that at the end of the day, as long as you get the right product and the right brand, you'll understand the value.
They're making fire CBD flower now, bro. Like you look at it, you wouldn't even be able to tell like it's not like, you feel me? Like it's got all the crystals, it's got all the orange hairs and everything like that. Like it's amazing,
a lot
bro.
of CBD flower is actually really orange, like really hairy.
Yeah.
Like it
and
looks
super
beautiful.
like potent, like as far as like the taste goes, like it tastes like you're biting into an orange almost. And you get those like cheesy sort of like flavor ones. Like those are fire, bro.
It helps a lot of people. And when we actually have CBD strains, they go fast. Believe it or not, people want that shit. Because it's not there often, especially here in the desert, man. We have the worst opportunity to grow. Like people wonder too. It's funny. That actually is a good point too. A lot of people wonder why is Vegas weed so expensive. Like we don't live in California where we got perfect humidity and perfect weather. We live in 100-degree weather with 0% humidity where your plants are
really
like,
live here,
bro.
People shouldn't be able to live here, to be honest.
If you think about it though, 110-degree weather, you get in your car, you're literally baking. You just start to cook yourself.
You have no water in your system because you're hungover from the night before.
Sounds like a personal problem.
And then they have EDC in the middle of the summer too. Let's talk about that.
Yeah,
they have a bunch of
real.
like freaking tripping people in the middle of this.
Not just some of the drugs, all the drugs out there.
Y'all emphasize all drugs. Any drug that can be there, it's
That's
there,
what it really
baby.
means. It's not really called EDC. It's all drugs are welcome.
ADW.
Yeah, right.
It's just explained, so no one catches on.
ADW. That's a funny name, bro. I could actually see that catching on. People would be like, you know what? They're not wrong. They're not wrong. But yeah.
But it's crazy too because when you think about it, like in California, obviously they have the best weed growing. They have the best, ability to do all that kind of stuff. But with the way that regulation is right now, weed can't cross state lines. Now, obviously, if you're getting from the street and stuff like that, shout out my plug. I'm not, you feel me? I'm the avocado plug. I got a plug for my other shit, you feel me? And they bring that shit from Northern California. But if you're buying that shit in dispensaries, it's just not. I find it's more brittle out here. Like it's almost like a little more drier and stuff like that. And even in the climate controlled environments that they set up for this stuff, it's kind of crazy. Like you can definitely tell the difference between California and Nevada stuff. Now, do you know, are they allowed to bring seeds and stuff like that between states, or does it have to all be cultivated out here?
So I believe they're allowed to bring seeds. So here's what actually happens. So like cookies, for example, has actually made their way into Vegas. I'm not sure exactly how their genetics made their way out here.
Yeah.
But I mean, it only makes sense that they came, transported because they can't actually bring the plants themselves.
Gotcha.
I mean, there's actually 3 cultivators out here in Nevada that have their seeds and actually are licensed to grow cookies. So you got Redwood, which I believe will make the most fire cookies, but I have yet to see it.
Yeah.
Tahoe Hydro, that makes some pretty good weed as well. Their flower is really fresh, really good. And then we got Flower One. That's just not my favorite, to be honest. They kind of make more the lower end flower, but they still are able to make cookies brand. So it's like they're charging the same amount of money, more money for the same bud, like it's the same exact weed that they were making, but now they're charging twice as much money.
Because honestly, a lot of it, like obviously the genetics like come into play, but it's a lot more so like the control of the grow. It's the control of the environment, the nutrients that you're putting into it. Like even like the environment around the plants is crazy. Like literally, like I used to go to the grow houses that we had in California for cookies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like it almost feels like it's like living in there. Like you know you're around other organisms that like know you're there. Almost.
Literally, it's
I
like
can't
love.
explain the feeling perfectly, but it's like weed plants like know you're there. Like it's super strange, and they'll turn to the lights like super quickly and stuff like that.
Very much so.
It's amazing.
The plants know they're almost like living. They are living beings.
Yeah,
you know,
100%.
They 100%
That
living,
sounds
and they know.
disgusting. Sorry.
Like little aliens in there putting out their little tentacles.
I come in peace. I just want to get you stoned.
I come in peace.
I come in peace. That's hard. The avocado plug coming in at you.
Oh, you feel me?
Coming
You
at
feel
you.
me?
But yeah, they're living beings, and if you don't treat them right and you don't take care of that plant, she will not do what you want her to do. And a lot of growers here just don't get that. They think that they can just do whatever. And I think there's a very few growers here that actually are successful. It already is a hard business, as you guys may know, to turn around in this. The return of investment of a marijuana business is very, very hard. It's very high. There's a lot of overhead expenses. And if you think about it, you don't really like profit as much as people think. Like you may be tripling your money or quadrupling it, but think about like pizza. How much it costs to make a pizza? Less than $1, right? And they charge $14 to sell it. That's a 14 times profit, you know? So on an industry where you make 3 times your profit, if you're a successful cannabis industry or successful in this industry, especially in Nevada, you're doing things right for sure.
So what would you say the return on investment is usually like on average for a cannabis brand?
You know, it can take a long time, definitely over 3 to 4 years just to see that money. If not longer, you know, that's just a bare minimum for a lot of companies, because a lot of times your grow, if it doesn't pass, one little nug in your grow doesn't pass, whole grow gets contaminated and tossed out. So let's just say you thought you're going to make $100,000 to $1 million on a grow. Gone. You got to burn. You got to mix it in with coffee grounds and burn it.
So that's because of like almost like federal oversight and like or I wouldn't say federal, but government regulation oversight and stuff like that.
Very
Because
strict.
obviously, you know, if you're just growing in your backyard and selling on the street and stuff like that, you don't have to pass any of those lab tests or anything like that. So if you're starting an actual brand, you got to send it away for the lab tests. You also have to pay for the licensing fees from the state. You also have to pay for the on-premises cameras that the cops can access anytime and check out what's going on and stuff like that. Like it's almost like the red tape is so thick that you have to break through to be able to become profitable here, not because of the product, but because of the taxation and everything.
The taxation on it, the federal regulation over it, it's insane. It's like they almost don't want you to profit. They make it very, very difficult for you to profit. They take all of it away from you.
Yeah.
You know, it's nice, but at the same time, it's crazy because they can take all that money from us, but I can't actually go put my money in a bank. Think about that. Like, if I told my bank that I work at a dispensary, they would shut my account down.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy,
Do you get
bro.
paid in cash from your dispensary?
All cash, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's how it was for me in California
They've
too.
never paid.
Yeah.
They can't pay in checks. They can't pay direct deposit because
Yep.
legally, federally,
Banks won't touch it.
but the government can take it for taxes. So how does that even make sense? You
Yeah.
know, that's actually
didn't
a
know
pretty
wild.
interesting loophole right there. That our money is not good enough for the banks, but it's good enough for you to take it for taxes. So
100%.
You know, I'm blessed to say that, hey, we live in a time where I can sell weed legally,
100%.
but they're still, you know, making it as hard as us as we can. So, you know, we just got to keep pushing for that. And, you know, that's something about the cannabis industry that we got to constantly keep fighting for, you know.
100%.
So,
But at the same time, I think it's important that, you know, going to a dispensary versus buying bud on the street, like, you know what you're getting at the dispensary, like, because it has gone through all those checks and balances. So from a
Yeah.
consumer facing point, it might be $5, $10, you know, more expensive, but like, you know exactly what you're getting. You're knowing there's no weird chemicals in there. It hasn't been sprayed with stuff. You know, there's no mold growing on the inside.
you know that your plug didn't take lemon or orange peels and put it in the
Yeah, you
container
feel
for
me?
3
You're
days.
not smoking essential
You got
oils
lemon
out
kush
here.
now. He didn't
Yeah.
just rub his nose and then just scale it.
A little pine sol in there.
And then you see a hair in your nug. You're like, what the fuck is this? And
Like, maybe it's my mom.
Good luck returning your weed to your plug. Like,
Yeah,
like,
for
hey, this
real.
didn't smell so good. You know,
real.
it's actually funny. Customers do try that though all the time. They try to return their weed.
Really?
Bro, all the time.
Bro,
Legally,
you
we
can't.
can't.
Yeah, you can't return it.
Oh,
you can't take it.
it's
I
like
think there's 100
cigarettes.
reasons
Yeah,
why.
yeah.
You guess a reason why they wanted to return it. Oh, this doesn't look like it's a full gram. I've had customers smoke the
but you
weed.
took a gram out of that bitch, bro. What the fuck you talking about?
Really? They'll do
I promise you it happens daily. Or the cartridge will come back empty. all the oil just fell out. Where'd it go? And the cartridge is sticky. It's just a completely empty, burnt cartridge. And
You're like, it's still warm, bro. Like
you were just here.
I can see the burn marks on the coils right there.
And no one is even worse. We say, come back within 7 days, we'll take care of you. It's been a month, man. All the oil fell out, and I'm just trying to get another one. And they'd be the person that you're like, come on, man, really?
Yeah.
Like, there's some customers you can tell, like the genuines. There's defective cartridges. Shout out to Top Notch for taking care of the customers to actually go a step beyond and take that product in, because we technically have to destroy that product now. We can't put product back out that's been, by state law, if we send product out, it cannot come back in, just like food almost.
Yeah.
Same concept. Even if it hasn't been unopened, we still can't sell it legally. So we take a hit on that if we decide to exchange the cartridge, but it's not your fault. You didn't, you didn't expect that to happen, so that's dope for them. But
that is
customers take advantage of that, man. They're like, this gram didn't look like a gram, man. And like,
that's the same guy that had the $4 flexing in the mirror. You feel me?
he's like, yo, back in here, but you didn't even buy anything. Oh yeah. No, customers come in on honestly some wild accusations. You're like,
they think maybe you're high, so you'll forget.
Oh, they think we're just so stupid. They think we're just so dumb. But sometimes we do what's right, but at the end of the day, for certain customers, we're like, you're not gonna take advantage of us, not today. That's really funny. That's probably one of the funniest things that happens daily. Like, consistently, just see the stories people make up. Like, oh, I was just walking and I pulled my cartridge out and all the oil fell out. Was your pocket sticky? Nah. Oh, it just fell out. All the oil gone. Yeah, but that's probably something that people need to work on. Don't try to lie to the plug. The plug ain't gonna take care of you.
Lives.
Hell no. So, bro, if you're smoking, what's your go-to? Like, are you smoking flower? Are you smoking dabs? Are you doing edibles?
Love my
all
wax.
All the above.
Love dabs, bro. Concentrates are the way to go. I wish that we had a better rosin market here. Live rosin is probably like the best way to go when it comes to smoking concentrates.
Rosin?
Yeah, rosin. I know it's so complicated. There's levels to this shit. You hear rosin, resin, live resin. It's all. Let me break it down simple for you. Live rosin with the O is going to be the freshest. You're going to get basically a nug pressed under heat with a lot of pressure. It extracts all the THC in the most pure way. You're going to get a very, very phenomenal product. There's even a step further with ice water hash, but we won't go there today.
I feel like you need suits by
and so resin, like you were saying, live resin, that's actually what I've got today, some fire live resin that we get. We actually get some pretty good live resin in Vegas, so that's probably one of the things I could say. Even though it's BHO, it's still bomb. Some of the companies here, we have some good ones that take care of the product.
That sounds like a creature, the BHO, the live resin.
So what makes it live? Because it hasn't been, is it like not heated to a point to where it burns it out or something like that? It hasn't been put through that distillate alcohol? Or like, what is it?
So live resin, what makes that different from like cured resin is taking a plant and taking it and freezing it, because most people can't blast the plant fresh. If you can, great. But most people have to take a plant as soon as it's done harvesting. They chop the plant and they put it in a vacuum sealed bag. They try to vacuum seal it very lightly so you don't bust any of the trichomes.
Gotcha.
Pop it in the freezer until it's ready to be blasted. And then that's what they're doing. They're blasting a fresh frozen plant. So you're getting all the terpenes, a live terp profile from the plant, from the actual cannabis plant itself. You're not losing anything. But,
so it's like the same as like a vegetable. Like it'll like decrease in taste and stuff like that over time.
Exactly. Gotcha. No matter what, it's like oxygen is going to make cannabinoids and terpenes lose off. Like it's going to die off no matter what. And when you smell it, when you go in the room and you're smelling all that stuff, the terpenes, the cannabinoids, everything, that's cannabinoids and terpenes that are coming off the plant and essentially dying, So that's why they freeze the plant immediately to lock all that moisture, lock all the good stuff in, and then they blast it. Gotcha. Now, regular resin or just anything that's not live, if you don't put the word live in front of it, means it's just taking a nug that's been cured, any nug that we can normally smoke, and just blasting it as is. And there's multiple methods to coming out with different consistencies, but fresh plant, non-fresh plant that's been sitting is big.
So the taste is better. It's a little bit more potent, better consistency and stuff like that.
Someone like me, I search for terpenes when I'm looking for products, so that's what's going to provide the taste.
Terp hunter. Hashtag terp hunter.
They call me Lil Terp at my job, you know what I'm saying? Lil Terp, shout out Top Notch. But
they call you that?
They call me a few things, but Lil Terp as well, probably on the bottom of the list. That's probably like the last thing they're calling me.
I just like to be called.
I think the first thing is they're calling me in. They're just calling me into work. I like to search for like high terps because that's going to provide the best flavor in that secondary high. Some people that come in, they're like, high THC, I want to get fucked up. But it tastes like, just nothing. THC doesn't have really a good flavor. So I search for both. And concentrates, you're always going to get the best. So you asked me like what I smoke, and that's mainly why concentrates taste amazing. Comparison to flower, you're losing all that plant material, the extra stuff you don't want. All the stuff you do want, you're able to just dab it in a clean way.
Gotcha.
Lighters, blunts, everything like that, essentially add more impurities to it that I don't like.
Like that butane. Like if you light a joint off like a lighter, you can taste that butane so heavy.
I try to use hemp wick as much as possible because of that.
Yeah.
But you can taste it heavily.
And so in your opinion, like what's like the best like flavor profile? Because obviously the weed, you can have a wide range of tastes that you're getting from there, from lemon to orange to that skunk taste to that little cheesy taste and stuff like that. What do you look for?
My favorite, it actually comes from a terpene called terpinolene, and it's very citrusy. Some people even call it like a spicy, peppery citrus. But I love it because it just provides a very euphoric high, and the flavor is very citrusy. I love citrus, but at the same time, I have a strong comparison between that and my OGs. I love a strong OG, just pungent, punches you in the face. You smell it the second you walk in the room, like wearing Kush cologne kind of smell. That shit. So it's kind of hard to pick between the two because OGs are just, the original, like before we really had all this citrus stuff, but then I also like what the science behind it, how we're able to craft it. I respect the art behind the plant. So the fact that we were able to get that, I love it when a plant is able to taste unique and I remember the flavor.
Got you.
Yeah.
And you want to go into that business, don't you? Like, obviously, you work at a dispensary right now and stuff like that, but, it's the stepping stone to get into that extraction business.
Exactly. I actually just took a class recently with a company called Extracts Academy that actually is one of the most phenomenal companies I've ever seen in extraction. They have one of the most complete start to finish courses in the world on BHO extraction. So they take you from start to end on how to make BHO and the different consistencies. It was really dope.
That's incredible.
They're super hands-on, very personal. They left us with their contact information to always follow up. And they got people that hit them up from like 10 years ago that have been taking like their classes. And they have people from all over the world that come take their class. So
that's amazing. And that's really based here in Vegas?
Based here in Vegas. One of the only classes like it, really. We actually they had 710 Labs or I forget the company exactly, but they had someone that wanted to do like a collaboration with them to just bring their education a step further because they have so much to offer. They're really dope. And the dudes themselves, Eric Peterson and Mr. Black. Those are the dudes, man. They were super, super cool. And they taught us a lot. There's a lot of information you can find online, obviously, but to go into a state facility and get to see hands-on, ask an experienced person like, all the questions you have is really dope.
That's amazing that we live in a day and age. Obviously, we talked about our complaints with the government oversight before, but that's amazing that we can have a business that's open, that can, advertise online, can take customers in, can legally exchange money and everything like that are teaching people how to do this. Because before it used to be, you knew some guy from behind the mountain that you took a 12-mile trek with the backpack on and shit like that to go learn how to do these extracts.
And you hope you didn't explode like a nuclear explosion from Nuketown 2020.
You feel me? Yeah. You hope you didn't get that 24 kill count on that bitch and fucking set that bitch off. You feel me?
1 type of shit. No, cannabis industry has come a long way from being in the backyard with Joe Dirt to being in a licensed facility like you're a chemist in a
like lab literally coat. With lab coats,
lab equipment on, very strict, and it was an extreme experience. I highly recommend anybody that has the time or money who's interested in it, whether you want to do it in your personal life, whether you want to just take your career step further. The Extracts Academy was a super dope program. I highly recommend it.
That's
it was
awesome.
Worth every penny.
That's awesome.
You can't put a price on education. You can't put a price on progressing yourself further. And that was a very, very dope experience to be a part of.
That is incredible, bro. Yeah. Yo, let's get in some current events. What do you think? Yeah, hell yeah. So let's check it out.
We were talking about CBD earlier. Let's go back into that.
Hell yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So
United Nations approves WHO recommendation to reschedule cannabis in historic vote. Wow. This is crazy. So it's the WHO that's kind of spearheading this, but then went to the United Nations as, the governmental agency. United Nations Commission on Narcotic Drugs on Wednesday accepted a World Health Organization recommendation to remove cannabis and cannabis resin from Schedule 4 of the 1961 Single Convention on Narcotic Drugs.
That's amazing.
That is amazing, yo, because there are a lot of countries out there like what was it? The Philippines that were
Philippines,
literally
yeah.
hunting down drug
and they're
dealers, like
killing them.
open season on drug dealers. Like if
Yeah.
you know someone who used, it wasn't just drug dealers, it was people that use drugs as well. So if you're
Wow.
a dealer or a user,
Yeah.
kill them, all good. Like that's like literally what the and so
That's
now
what
we're
they're
gonna
doing
see
out there,
like
yeah.
United Nations input on that. Now, obviously, if it's heroin or something wild like that, like I'm not saying one thing or another, but like I could understand why a more rigid country would feel that sort of way towards it. But like cannabis, yo, that's
Yeah.
amazing that they're decriminalizing it like this.
You know, it's funny that like you say that, like they're taking a step further to take it off of like just cannabis, but like
Yeah.
what about Oregon just decriminalizing all drugs?
That's wild.
What about
bro.
that, bro?
Yeah,
that's
How do you think
insane.
that's gonna go?
Yeah, bro. So what they did is they decriminalized stuff, and they said the reason behind it was so they could open up treatment facilities. I think it's the Netherlands, I believe.
Yeah, no, I heard that. Yeah.
All drugs are legal there, and they did that so addicts have a safe place to go to be able to be treated for those things. And they've seen the use of the rate use go extremely down like on that stuff. So, you know, giving people like a way out, even that prison show that we were watching the other night, they were saying that like giving people the option, like, and educating them about the programs that are out there for them to be able to stop these habits, to be able to put themselves on a better path.
Yeah.
Like people don't know that these things exist. And now that they know that these exist, they'll go there for help because no one wants to be a heroin addict.
Hell no.
You
No.
get into that stuff, but
No,
like
yeah.
once you're in it, no one wants to be that. And
It
so
just
I think
changes
that's,
for
you.
something like an underlying like reason.
yeah.
Because I know like people like have gotten blackmailed almost. Like you know, so you made someone use heroin, and now like they're stuck on it. They keep going back to you because
Oh,
you got
yeah,
it.
yeah.
And it's a cycle, and it it keeps on going.
It brings out
Yeah,
the
so
worst
I
person.
think that's amazing personally that Oregon is doing that to be
Yeah.
able to, you know, give treatment to people. I think that's a step in the right direction. You know, do I think all drugs should be legal? Hell no.
But it would be nice to see that it's decriminalized in a sense that, like you said, I didn't think about it from that perspective, and that's good to hear that because I didn't really know why it was decriminalized, but to see that it's to create a safe haven for them rather than a place where they're just judged, you know, I think that can be a huge thing, you know. That can be very big in a role of giving them that first step of like, okay, you know, I'm not going to go to jail for this. I'm going to get some help for this, you know.
No question.
And that's like probably the big thing is like we don't want them to feel like, you know, scared, but we want them to know like you need to get off this and you need help and this is what we're going to bring you versus like we're going to ruin your life for this now.
Yeah.
And just make them feel
Yeah,
like
like
they're
being
going
a
to like
parent.
It makes you go
Yeah.
deeper in there. You feel me? Yeah.
It makes them almost like resent. I feel like anything you can't do almost, and I think there's a huge thing. It's like people want to do things they can't do. Like the second things are legalized, it's almost like people stop caring about it. Like people like when things are illegal, they're like, ooh, there's a thrill. They get all excited like,
Yeah,
ooh, I'm doing
yeah.
something
I'm not
bad.
supposed to do this.
Ooh, I'm a bad
Like
boy.
no one that hits their first cigarette is like, oh, yum, this shit's amazing,
This
yo.
shit
Like,
tastes like
it just
mint.
feels like you're a badass. Like, ooh, I'm smoking
Mom said I
cigarettes.
can't do this.
I'm
Fuck you,
hiding this
Mom.
from my mom. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that.
shout out moms. I love you, mom. Would never ever say that. My mom would actually beat my ass. If I ever said, you know those people that actually call their parents by their first name? Like, my mom would never tolerate that. Like, if I ever even call my mom Net, like, my mom's name's Lynette, let me just say Nettie, just for fun, and I'll get a backhand. My mom's like, what'd you call me? Like, come on now. And parents are like, shut up, mom, I hate you. Brenda.
That's my little brother. That's exactly how he talks to my parents.
That's you if you're just
Oh,
calling me
if I'm coming out of sleep and stuff like that, maybe sometimes I might have had a couple bottles of water dumped on me when I was a kid to get me out of bed and stuff like that. But we won't go there.
That's so funny, yo.
I hate you, Bob.
Gosh darn it! You better say that. You better take the Lord's name in vain. You already know better.
Can I
Yo,
grab my
that's
water?
funny.
Is that okay?
What else we got, Joe?
All right, let me pull it up.
What is going on?
I mean,
They just ads after ads. Make a donation.
where? Oh,
Please.
continue without supporting. No thanks.
Wow, they just make you feel bad. Like, please continue like you're a bad person. Like, oh
A
God.
sad
Okay.
emoji pops up.
Like, are you sure you don't want to save this raccoon's life? Are you sure you don't give a shit about this raccoon's life or its babies? Okay, you piece of shit human. We'll let you read our article for free.
Reported burglary in California was a dozen fighting raccoons. Police in California responded to a report of a suspected burglary in progress and arrived to find the cause of the ruckus was actually caused by a dozen brawling raccoons.
Yo, first rule about Fight Club: you don't talk about Fight Club. These dudes are getting at it. They probably happened multiple times, and they finally got caught.
But 12 raccoons, bro.
That's
That's
what I'm
a
telling you,
lot of
bro.
raccoons.
Yeah.
They don't just do that in
yo.
one night,
I've
like
never
all of a
even seen
sudden.
one raccoon.
Let alone 12.
raccoons.
No, but this isn't like someone's house though. So like they're probably just like chilling,
They're
about to go
probably
to
feeding
bed.
them. They were probably feeding them.
Look, it's probably their house.
Nah,
Like they probably.
no, they're probably like, yo, like I think someone's in the house.
Police said they broke up the raccoon invasion successfully and they left the scene.
And they left.
How would you break up a raccoon invasion?
You
yo?
go in there.
Is it really an invasion? Like what?
I feel like we're invading their space, yo. If we're gonna have trash out and stuff like that, that's free game.
There's probably a
Listen,
pizza box outside.
Like you just cut down our trees. This is where my tree used to be. I smell it. Like this is my spot, man. Like
Pissed here.
mark my territory. And you guys are kicking me out. I guarantee if they could have actually talked, it would have went down differently.
It's a raccoon's world, and we're just living in it.
It's like that raccoon's like, look, you got that gun. Look, you in that uniform. That's why they really
You got
left.
that gun.
They would have started brawling the feds. Like, listen, fuck with me. There was 12 of them. I guarantee they would have fucking
See,
took them out.
Depending on what part of the world or country we're in, there might have been like a moose head behind them on the wall. So they're probably like, I'm not gonna fuck with you. I see what you did to the big guy back there.
They start stepping away slowly. Like, all right, I want no.
Now, what I will say though is raccoons have that eye mask over their face, so to call it a burglary,
Yeah.
I'm not hating that.
It's for sure valid. Yeah,
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
They already got the built-in mask.
Yeah,
That's hilarious. And they were just probably picking the lock to get up in there. Like, bro, they had to have had a key. Like, how did they get in there? Like,
dude, I don't.
They just broke in through. They just opened a window.
But have you seen raccoons? They can walk
Yeah.
on their hind legs.
Yeah,
They're all
yeah, I've seen that,
spindly
yeah.
and shit like that.
And they kind of got
like-
thumbs too, so they could like open stuff and take it. And
Yeah, they're smart.
You come downstairs and they're just drinking a cup of coffee. They're just like in your robe, and they're like, "What's up?"
And then your wife too is in the robe, and smoking a cigarette, finished having sex with her. Like,
You
you're like,
just fucked your wife.
and you're like, damn, okay. Like, you're like woke up like, when did this happen? You see the couch is just fucking all scratched and clawed up. You're like, oh, no respect for my furniture, my leather sofa, my new leather sofa, toe up.
God damn. All right, Joe. What else we got this week?
All right, so we got. I think I was telling you about this earlier. So I saw this on Twitter. There's a black restaurant owner tells women to get out for standing on the tables and twerking.
Show some respect. Put some respect on your last
Sunday.
name.
It's Sunday, guys.
Sunday.
It's on Sunday too.
Is it really?
Wow.
I
It's on Sunday.
didn't see that. I swear to God, I didn't.
Yo, it says that on the Lord's Day. Like you couldn't have picked a worse day to
Wow.
do
And
this.
where
In Texas.
Texas.
Yeah.
Lord's Day on Texas.
In the Bible,
serve
bro.
alcohol until 12 o'clock. Like, come on. What are you? I live.
Yo.
Chick-fil-A is
on that
not
side.
open, but you can twerk at this restaurant.
All right, there's a video attached to here too. Let's go see if we.
And now you know why
course there
Chick-fil-A is
is.
closed on Sunday.
All right.
This was
let's
shot
grab
at
the video.
Chick-fil-A 10 years ago.
Here we go.
This girl's not having any of it.
Oh, hell no. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, bring out your nickels and quarters.
Into developing this concept so black people can have somewhere nice to go to, okay? Somewhere where we can feel good about ourselves as a come on, stop the music, please. Somewhere where our people can feel good about ourselves as a culture, okay? No, real talk. And so all this twerking,
Preach.
taking the crime, taking the pink, don't bring it here because we're a restaurant. And so beyond that, 75% of our customers are ladies. And I want men to show respect for themselves for how they carry themselves here. So how can I tell the men to respect themselves and you guys are talking on glass here? If you want to do it, you our restaurant. Because I did it for our people and I did it for our culture. So don't do it again. I don't want to hear it. If you don't like it, get out because I don't need your money. I need to provide something for my people. Don't do it again. Thank you.
Ooh.
Talk your shit.
Wow.
I'm
Shout
on
out
his
that guy,
side.
though. He's
Yeah.
100% in the right. This is a restaurant, bro. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not, opposed to a little fish sauce getting on my chicken tenders or anything like that, if you know what I'm saying. But what I will say is shout out this guy. And it wasn't like there was hella people twerking or anything like that. It's not like the whole restaurant was up or anything like that, but
It was
still.
just her.
Man,
Yeah.
I don't think the man could have said it any more right, respectfully, without coming across in a more serious and meaningful tone. Making sure that he's not kidding, but saying it in a way that you gotta respect where the man's coming from. This is not a club; it's a business, a respectful establishment to enjoy eating. We want cooked fish, not raw fish. Sorry. If I wanted raw fish, I would have went to the sushi joint.
We want that nigiri. And notice how I said nigiri. It's not nigiri. Nigiri, because I'm not even going close to that word, bro. Especially when we're talking about something like this. You feel me?
But it's funny that video actually came up, though. Something like that happened at my job, kind of close, but it thankfully didn't happen in my shop because we would have shut that down the same way. But these girls, so we have to have, we don't have limited people in our store, right? Because of COVID. So these girls, as I'm doing curbside, I'm going out in front of the store, and I see these girls, again, our outside of our store has one-way windows, so it's like a mirror, and these girls are in the mirror playing, Megan Thee Stallion's new song, yada, 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 hey, just twerking.
Bro, that mirror sounds so fucking lit, bro. Is this the same thing that the dude was in there with the dollar
This is a different mirror, but listen, all mirrors the same, man, listen.
I will never trust a mirror again.
Listen, and little do they know that was a one-way window that the customers in the store could see what they're doing, so they think they're just not being seen. Nah, we watching you looking stupid. The customers looking at them what's going on? Ladies and gentlemen, grandmas and grandpas, get your quarters and nickels ready for the show and the performance of the night, because we got two wonderful ladies dancing to yada 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 yada.
That song's low key. That slaps though.
It does
What?
slap. I'm not gonna lie.
I cannot agree. I can't agree. I'm sorry. That's where we're just gonna have to end that. That song is trash. That song sucks.
I'm really happy that guy said something. I feel like, I don't know, it makes me so frustrated that girls nowadays demand so much respect. And I'm not saying all girls do this, but it's the girls like this that go out in a restaurant when no one else is twerking and dancing and just showing your ass for what? You have to kind of give the respect that you want people to give to you. So
Agreed.
I think they kind of had to be put in their place, because as the girls are just hyping them up, it's those kind of people that continue that behavior. And it's yeah, do that when the time's right. It's all about timing.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. I think it's interesting that he was playing the song. I saw it down there beneath there. You mind just scrolling down real quick, bro?
Yeah, I got you.
Was it that yada yada song?
No, they were playing up a little bit.
I got you. These songs, right?
No, that right beneath there. They were playing the song. Maybe this isn't where it was, but I saw they were playing a Meg Thee Stallion song in the restaurant, and a comedian said to them that it's a little ridiculous that they're playing twerk music in the restaurant. How do they not expect people to twerk and stuff like that?
Yeah,
but come on.
Yeah. I was people popping ass at Benihana.
I don't know. It depends on who you go with. I've been with a couple people before that may have been on that way.
Popping ass.
Here's what I mean. How you mad at women twerking in your restaurant while having a DJ playing Body by Meg Thee Stallion in full blast in your establishment?
Yeah, you feel me? So there are two sides of the story here. How can you put on Meg Thee Stallion and not expect people to twerk, bro? When Meg Thee Stallion's on, I find myself doing a little.
I might even have to start yada 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 yada. Yeah, she couldn't have came out with a worse song though. I can't believe y'all like that.
I think it's more so the dance. When I see the TikTok dance when people are doing the little knee thing, I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool.
I just like the memes. I guess the memes are kind of funny, but that's it. But I like it.
Too many memes about it, but
There's been a
No, I've seen there was this one where it was it was a menu. I was trying to look it up right now, but it's a menu of what they had, and they're like, how can you not twerk to this?
Yeah, they had food named different ways and stuff like that.
It was
Yeah,
just they had rosé served with chicken and waffles and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
And you have the boom pata with the amayata, and you're like, boom pata amayata, boom pata amayata. Hey, that's gonna be the next song, man. We got to write that later, Tanner. Listen, we're gonna have to look up the next thing once we're done with this. Hook up the audio equipment.
That
Let's get a
chicken
song.
looked gassed though, bro.
Yeah.
That was fucking.
What kind of chicken
no,
was
I
it?
don't want to go and
food
visit.
No, like the chicken.
Yeah. Smack it.
I mean, I was like I said, bro. I mean, it was good. I see why they were doing all that.
Yeah.
And it was
Sometimes that
Lit.
fire chicken just makes you want to twerk, bro.
He's twerking, yeah.
Them thighs
It's
make
not
you want to
bad manners,
move
it's
your
good
thighs.
food, okay?
But if you think about it, that's how they were able to start twerking. All those hormones from the chicken, man. It's
It's your fault.
it only induces it, man.
Emphasis on the whore.
Ooh. Was that below the belt?
No, we might cut that. All right, Joe. What else we got this week?
All right, let's check this out. Mystery of Utah's disappearing monolith.
This shit has my brain all kinds of fucked up.
Now, Tiara, I know you're a very, we'll say, amateur conspiracy theorist artist out here.
Aliens
so
did it.
what are you feeling about this?
Aliens did it.
Aliens did it. No, whatever your question is, aliens did it.
They did it. No, honestly, I think it's probably pranksters.
peace.
I've seen tons of different things online where people are like, oh, the aliens did it, and end up being like artist people who like put these little crafts out.
Yeah.
And then they found one in Romania, and I think you added an election, you put COVID, you take an hour of daylight out of people's life.
Well, that happens every year.
Except in Arizona.
Like Arizona people are fine. You expect
Shout out Bob and
just fuck
Bridget.
people up. So I think it's just a thing to drive people more crazy. I wish it was aliens. I think that'd be fucking cool. But do I think that aliens are dumb enough to get us all hyped over that? No, I don't think.
Yeah,
And that one in
probably not.
Romania too, like it was clear that was put there by a person. There was dig markings around it. There was
Yeah.
footprints around it and stuff before the people got there. Like I think
Yeah.
that's.
Now,
so
I mean, I
ridiculous.
think it could be like you could go as simple as like a secret like Reddit page and type
Yeah.
something like that. Hey, bro, I'm about to put this up. Look, I'm gonna send you one. Let's do it tonight at this time. Let's just make it on the news.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Too much free time on their hands.
Too much free
And the
time.
theory is it was put there by an art school. And if that is a piece of art, I mean, the amount of news that this has garnered, the amount
Yeah.
of like thinking that people have gone through from this,
Yeah.
I mean, that's art in my opinion,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
like
True.
that's
Exactly.
incredible. Like at the end of the day, like that's
think it's
super,
poor
super
timing.
cool. Poor timing.
No, I think if
I think
anything,
people are reading
perfect
too much
timing
right
for
now.
the art
Facts,
school.
facts.
If
If you-
people read into stuff like that, like, do you remember when SpaceX did the launch above? I think it was like LA or something like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
with the swirly
Exactly,
thing
exactly,
going behind it and
exactly.
stuff. That was
Oh, that
everywhere,
thing.
bro.
That was everywhere.
Yeah.
Bro.
People
Yeah.
were just mind blown. They're just mind fucked. Like, what is going on?
Again.
What
Have you
was-
seen? Go ahead.
That thing that you showed me, I forgot what city it was in, but it was a fucking alien. Like, there's no way it couldn't have been. Like, I don't. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't because you pulled up a bunch of those.
No,
for
it was
me.
something you showed me. You showed it to me, and you're like, "What do you think this is?" I think you like showed it to me on Facebook, like something that someone posted.
Oh, I think that was it was like a blimp or something like that. But from the angle that it was at, it looks
Was no
like something
fucking
weird
blimp.
or something.
She was like, it was aliens.
It was not a blimp.
It was a UFO.
I think at this point, like we know aliens exist, bro. We just want the government to come out and tell us
They
that you know what it
did.
I mean,
is.
didn't you guys hear about the object that we don't know that's flying at Earth?
Yeah.
Wait,
Like,
what?
Yeah,
The,
hey, you
the
should actually
Dark
pull
Knight
that
satellite.
up.
Yeah.
there's
Dark Knight satellite.
Yeah, there's an object that's hurtling
Can you pull that
towards
up real
Earth
quick,
that's
Joe?
supposed to like at first it was projected that it was going to hit Earth. Now we know it's going to miss Earth, but they thought it was an asteroid. Now they think it's not an asteroid. There's like huge
Yeah,
speculation.
we thought it was an asteroid,
said it was
but
a meteor?
something else.
Dark Knight satellite.
Dark Knight satellite.
Yeah.
Fuck
Batman.
all of
Yeah.
this. What?
I didn't even hear about the Dark Knight satellite. It's nice that you got a step further.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Black Knight satellite. Yeah.
That sounds like a
A
whole
hodgepodge
conspiracy
painting
theory.
Conspiracy.
Yo, we got to read this. I didn't even know about this.
But so are like how's a conspiracy if scientists?
Well, this
are
isn't what
saying-
I read. You can Google something else to read like the article that I was reading, but this is probably like the step further that we need to read. This isn't what they're gonna put on news. There's too much money involved in it.
Too much money.
Yeah, so this is supposedly a satellite that orbits around one of the poles of Earth, and you can see it right there. It's a really weird object like that, and it literally stays like right where the pole is and stuff like that. And people have speculated that it's some like alien craft monitoring Earth or like something like that, but they literally don't know where it came from, and it's not like a human thing that put it up there, which is
Wow.
kind
So
of crazy.
fuck that, and people are like, "There's nothing else out there." Like,
Yeah.
what
I
is
don't know.
that?
I mean, there's this thing where it's like we sent so much stuff into space, like
No.
satellites, all this stuff that like there's a pool of debris. Like, have you guys
Yeah.
seen Interstellar?
I have.
Do you
Yep.
know like or not Interstellar? Sorry, it was the one with Gravity. I mean,
Yes.
Gravity.
Yes. Yep.
So she's in space, right? And she's
Sandra
finally-
Bullock and George Clooney,
Yeah, exactly,
maybe.
George
Yeah,
Clooney,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Is it where she
So-
gets like sent off and like lost in space?
No, where she's in space.
think it's a
just in
different movie I'm
general,
thinking of.
And then like all this stuff just starts like hitting on their like the spacecraft.
Yeah.
And it's that's all the debris that's left up in space in orbit. You know, and it's
Because you got to think like satellites that they send up there, and now they're not using anymore because the technology has been updated.
Yeah.
They don't bring those satellites back down.
No.
That shit's just like
Exactly.
spinning around up there and
Just-
everything.
But that one's
Yeah.
just been sitting there, hasn't it? So
Yeah.
I mean, debris or not, debris doesn't just sit in space, no.
In one space,
It does.
doesn't move.
It
No,
does,
but not in one singular
Yeah,
spot like this.
that.
It
like,
doesn't
to me,
move.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
kind of like okay.
I don't know. I mean, the next thing I can say is maybe
So wait,
magnets.
we have people
Yeah.
in the
I
sky,
don't
but they
know.
can't
Something.
figure out what that is. They can't go and look at the thing. They can't like.
Well, that's a photo from the space shuttle mission.
Yeah.
So that a person snapped a picture of that, one of our astronauts, but they still don't know what it is. You know,
Yeah.
like that's literally a picture. That's not some graphic that someone made or anything
Yeah, they
like
can't
that.
just,
Like
like,
that's
go
a
over there.
NASA
Yeah, like-
image that they released.
It's like when you're landing on a plane and you're like, meow.
yeah.
You just
But
get
that's
that-
way more epic.
So what do you think about the Earth being flat, Tiara?
Obviously, it's
All right, what else we got, Joe? Is that it for this week?
Yeah, I believe so.
I guess that picture proves that theory.
All right, let's go to a little debate club, yo.
Man, that last one got me intrigued. I'm about to be up till like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Tweaking.
She's
Full tweaking.
I'm gonna wake up tomorrow at 7 a.m. I haven't slept all night. Then I found out what it was. You're like, fuck. Go to bed.
We got a couple people. Let's get with the first video.
And first off, hold on, don't play this yet.
You have to
Like the best, he looks like a walrus. Like that mustache is one of the greatest ones I've ever seen.
Dad. I don't know which one it is.
And he's got that turkey tail out the back, bro.
When you get pulled, hey, listen, this is the caption. When you get pulled over in Texas, the officer comes up to you and goes, "Sir, do you realize how fast you were going? You are in Texas, and I will not allow this in my county."
He looks like he'd be on a Carl's Jr. commercial, and he would just like eat a burger, and there'd be like some mustard in his little mustache.
A little flex bit.
Don't forget about the tomato that falls out of the burger, and he's just like.
He looks like a lot of beer.
Shout out my boy Vin from Kenmore Barbell and Fitness. This is actually my first graphic design project when I started freelancing. Was the logo for his gym, still in use today. But let's see what he got to say.
Tanner, my man, I think it's time to settle the national debate. Blue cheese or ranch?
Ooh. Blue
Easy.
cheese or ranch, yo.
There's no
First of
question.
all, I'll say, I'm from Buffalo, New York, and we are the home of the chicken wing. This is where it was invented. We don't call it buffalo wings there. We call them chicken wings because that's what it is. We don't need to say, things that we already know out there. And if you order wings with ranch in Buffalo, New York, you'll be kicked out of the restaurant. The same way that those girls were kicked out of the restaurant for twerking like that, that's the same thing that'll happen to you in Buffalo, bro.
Respect the drip.
So me, personally, I'm going to go with blue cheese every single day. Now, it's got to be good blue cheese. It has to be blue cheese that's not from, no out of the bottle sort of stuff. If it's a restaurant-made blue cheese, I'm going with that every single day right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do you think, Tiara, not being from Buffalo, New York?
First thing I gotta say, I've dated you for almost a year and a half, and I have never seen your ass order blue cheese.
Don't air me out to my homies from Buffalo like this.
If it's me, I'm going for ranch all the way, but it has to be good ranch because I've had shitty watery ranch. I've had ranch that doesn't even taste like ranch. It's like mayonnaise. It might be, I've seen cooks and kitchens, and they're all kind of, but ranch the whole way.
Ranch.
Blue cheese is just weird to me. Cheese and blue and no.
What do you think, Terrence?
Listen, if I walked in my fridge and saw blue spots on my cheese, it goes in the trash. It doesn't get melted with seasonings and gets dipped in my chicken. So whoever decided when their cheese molded, turned spotty, and it's like, it's still good, and decided to make cheese, I'm sorry.
Fuck that guy.
You can't come over to my house.
What makes me more mad is when I see leftover, like container of like pizza or wings or something, and I see that container, and you can't tell the difference between ranch and blue cheese off gate. You go deep into that bitch, and you're like, neither or. If you like blue cheese and you're expecting that, or if you like ranch expecting that, vice versa, it's the worst feeling. You're like, I've been lied to.
But I'll be honest though. If I had to really choose, I wouldn't use either sauce. I'm actually a big no sauce guy. I actually am a big. My wings usually have the sauce I like, so ranch like smothers it. But
Lemon pepper.
when it comes to like salads and stuff, lemon pepper wings.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bro, do you know why lemon pepper wings were invented and who
Why?
invented them?
Why? Who?
Rick Ross at the strip club in Atlanta.
I believe that.
What is it called? The big one out there.
What's his face? Louis or not Louis? No.
Magic City. At Magic City in Atlanta, they would serve wings. But if you're around strippers and stuff, you want to be smacking asses. If you've got that wing sauce all over your hands, you can't be smacking their ass. So they came up with a dry rub for chicken wings out there.
Wow.
Hence, lemon
Why?
pepper came to be. Rick Ross,
You know,
shout
I
out.
heard
Yay.
City has the best
Fact
wings
check.
Yeah.
ever.
Fact check.
Pull it up.
No, he's right. I've heard that.
Yeah,
Fact
I'm
check.
100%
No,
confident on this
check.
one.
wings.
I want to pull up the facts.
Because there's no wet lemon pepper. You can't get lemon pepper wet.
Just
Like,
type
Yeah,
in.
facts.
Where did lemon pepper
You can.
seasoning originate?
You can get lemon pepper. wings.
It's
Just type
usually
it, like,
mainly a dry
invented.
rub though. Like it kind of is oily, but mainly it's like
Yeah.
it's a dry rub.
Okay, let's see.
Look at that
Rick
strip
Ross.
clubs. Look at that.
Yeah, bro, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm
That-
telling
that's
you.
like a
What's
first
because
thing.
of Rick Ross? Because
Yeah.
of strip clubs, though.
I mean, that's close enough.
I mean, think about because that's the only place where you could get wings from. Is over there.
Yeah.
Usually, like most people go to Magic City just for the wings, not even the strip club.
As you can tell by the Waka Waka Flocka quote, hip hop had a major influence on the wing culture as well.
I'm telling you, man.
Hip hop, hey, look at that. Hip hop had a major influence on the wing culture. I don't know if I'm going immediately to hop into a strip club, but I sure do have a sudden craving for lemon pepper wings.
I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
Maybe it wasn't Rick
Fire
Ross. I heard it
wings?
was Rick Ross before, but
I mean, like, I believe that's
yeah.
because what's his face? He owns Wingstop.
Wingstop. Yep. Yeah.
He-
And he
no
says
wonder
in
the
songs
wings
all
are
the
so
time. He
good.
shouts out lemon pepper and everything like that. Yeah.
Does he?
Look,
Yeah.
there's a.
I'm
Look.
telling you, bro.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
look
bro.
at that.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
hey, he
before
fact
Rick
checked.
Ross, our parents didn't enjoy a good lemon pepper wing?
Nope.
Hell
Yeah.
no!
No, it's definitely recent. Yeah.
Wow.
The front door?
Yeah.
Bro, who was the
Wow.
basketball? I think it was Lou Williams or someone like that got caught. He left the bubble, the NBA bubble, to go get some wings. He went to Magic City in Florida to get some wings, and he got caught. And
Now, what I will say is, I'm not surprised it was an NBA player.
Yo. Ouch. Wah, wah, wah,
All
wah.
this talk about wings.
I didn't even know to call Wingstop.
Man, when you want wings, though, you gotta get wings, yo.
Seriously.
Yeah, it was.
And he
Lou
went to a
Williams,
strip club to get them,
yeah.
yo.
Exactly. Yeah.
He said
Totally
apparently
worth
totally
it.
worth
Totally
it.
worth it. Yeah.
No regrets.
Of all the reason. During quarantine, he did this recently?
No, bro,
Yes.
this was like.
Oh, during the NBA bubble.
Yeah, the bubble, bro.
You're not
Yeah.
supposed to leave at all anywhere.
Yeah, you're not supposed to go nowhere, bro.
Oh, wow.
He said, fuck the police.
I need my wings. I totally get it, Lou Will.
Yeah.
Like, look at those. I mean, I would break the bubble too. I mean, I'm already.
Fuck.
I'll sit on the bench for
Yo,
this.
if the
Yo,
Josh
wings-
Hart, yo,
Yeah.
if wings in Magic City hit like this, I'm leaving the bubble.
Joe, is that another basketball
Bro.
player?
You
Yo.
said it, not me.
Because they're getting what, like Fruit Loops in a little box that you get in like kindergarten, and some fucking day-old milk and a Nutri-Grain bar. Like,
Ooh, that sounds kind of fire, though.
I don't want that.
That takes me back. That's nostalgia.
Warm bologna and cheese sandwich.
Okay, now you can't talk anymore.
That just now makes me just gross just to think about.
Nice. I mean, they don't get that worse food, but like, or that bad of food, but they get some. Like,
If you give
Gross food.
a man that's worth $250,000 a warm bologna cheese sandwich, I think that he's gonna walk out of that stadium.
I mean,
I'm worth $1 million, and you're gonna give me a
I'm not sure if
bologna.
they're lying, but I've seen posts where they posted like, this is what I'm getting. Like, they thought like there was some that were staying in Disney and
Yeah.
they were getting some like Fritos in a bag and some fucking Dasani
it was
water.
like that for the first couple of weeks, and then there was
Yeah.
like Lou Williams, like he apparently that the thing said he was the second player to do it for wings too.
Wow.
So yeah, the food was terrible, and then they actually got chefs later on to make good food.
So they're like, they're
Yeah.
gonna leave anyway, so let's just bring them the good.
Yeah, I
food
mean, they're-
because
Wait, so who was the
crazy.
first player? Was
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
did he
just
get
said
fined?
was
Because I
second,
don't know.
yeah.
Why did Lou Williams get fined?
never mind.
No, they're both violated. It said both violated. I don't know who. It was
Oh,
just the
okay.
second NBA.
He even began with like an M or something like that.
Williams is the second player to violate. Yeah, I don't know who the first one was. Kings player reveals the food item he left the NBA bubble for.
Rashawn Holmes.
Yeah,
You think it's an advertisement?
I ordered
Hey,
some
look,
food.
hey,
Ordered some
bad-
wings. I went to grab the wings.
Bad
Yeah.
advertisement
Yeah.
or good advertisement is advertisement.
I wouldn't
a
say it's
fact.
bad.
Yeah, and like once they left, they had to quarantine and they couldn't play.
Who's really winning?
Don't get injured, you still get paid, and you get some fire wings.
I mean, but it's only wings once. It's not like they should endorse Lou.
They probably
Williams.
paid him more than the fine he got charged.
No, I mean if they would have, I don't think they're gonna do that. I mean Magic City, bruh. A strip
Yeah.
club.
Bro,
They're
but think
already
about Lou
famous.
Williams.
They're-
True.
I think back in the day, like I think Drake like tried punching someone or something like that.
Really?
But yeah, like this was back, like yeah.
Well, Bud Light's already famous and they're still doing advertising, so I mean,
Still see Walmart commercials every time I'm on YouTube.
fuck, I drive on the
Please
highway
don't
and the
remind
first thing
me
I
of-
see, they're not playing.
Do you need to spend $10 at Walmart today? No, but are you going to? Yes.
Probably. Future's birthday party.
Yeah,
Drake
bro, nah,
releases
man.
Magic City strip club merch. That's kind of hard. Back
That
in
is- yeah.
2018. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
Dan, what else we got for debate club, yo?
Let's see.
pull it up.
Let's see. Let's see.
That one got us going.
We went from ranch to strip clubs.
Is it better to lie to keep from hurting someone's feelings or tell the truth? Let me know what you think.
Ooh. So white lie or telling the truth? See, me personally, I don't know. I was raised with Christian values, and the Bible says never to lie. Thou shalt not lie is actually one of the 10 commandments.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I just lied about my fucking choice of wing sauce to keep the people in Buffalo happy. So I don't know if I'm a hypocrite if
It's a white lie. That's
That is a white-
Just to keep the people happy. Just to keep the people happy.
I'm not shit, bro.
He said, I'm dirt. You just step on me. I'm a rug for your shoes.
What do you think, Tiara? Let's get a female's perspective here.
I say tell the truth. I think even if it's a white lie, as in like how many miles you ran to impress somebody, like okay, whatever.
So you're talking about your Instagram feed?
I mean, I'm not talking about myself personally. I don't run, so I don't lie about that shit. But you know, like small stuff like that, I get it. But like when it comes like big things in life, like I think you might as well just tell the truth up front because eventually, like it's gonna come out. Like I don't know, I feel like you're gonna slip up or something's gonna come out, and it's like, oh, you didn't tell me then. Like I don't know, I feel like the feelings will grow more if you wait to tell someone.
Got you. So I think what I'm hearing is it like depends on circumstance. Like if it's something that like
Is
would affect
minuscule.
someone's life,
Yeah.
like obviously, or you know, if it's in a relationship and you tell what, it's obviously better to tell the truth than something like that.
Yeah.
But if it's like you're trying to, but
Not hurt
but
your
at the
mom's
end of the
feelings,
day,
like,
like
when you
if you're
purse.
lying about like how many miles you ran or something like that, like you're just gassing yourself up, and
Okay, well,
like
not
that's a
miles
little
you ran.
ridiculous
like, okay,
as
say your
well.
mom comes in and she got a new like plaid purse and she's like, "Do you like it? I love it so much. It's so pretty. What do you think about it?" Like, and you can tell they're obviously
true.
hyped. You're not gonna say it looks like shit, and then she's gonna be like, "Well, I was really hoping they thought it was cool." You know,
Yeah.
like. Then
But are you
would
gonna let your
lie.
mom go out in public looking crazy?
If she looks absolutely ridiculous, then no. But if it's something that's not in my personal taste that she might like that makes her feel good, then I'm gonna hype her up because if it makes her feel that good in it, she needs some more confirmation from other people to know, like, yeah, I look good in this.
Got you.
And
So it's
yeah.
like when you're opening presents on Christmas and your grandma gave you like some
Yes.
weird sweater or something like
Pretend
that.
like you love it.
Thank
It's a
you,
white
Grandma.
lie.
I
Appreciate
love
it.
it.
I
Put it
love
on
you
one
so
time, take a
much.
picture, send the picture to
Yeah.
her. Everything's
Yo,
all right.
Seriously.
Something minuscule like that, but not big stuff. No.
What do you think, Terrence?
You know, as much as we all want to say that we would love to tell the truth every time, we all are guilty of telling white lies. And it's just to help from hurting people's feelings. So I don't think it's right, but I'm going to just have to go down that path because we do have a lot of situations where, especially like when you don't want to give off the wrong impression because sometimes you can't even say things the right way. So you just to stop a story from going where it doesn't need to go, we tell white lies. But ultimately, as long as like you said, circumstance, you don't want to tell a lie that ever is going to be something that affects someone's livelihood or will come back and bite you in the ass because lies do catch up. No matter how you want to put it,
yeah.
lies are going to catch up to you every single time.
Yep.
So with that being said, tell the truth always.
Man, what did the audience say? What did the voters say?
Check it out.
80% truth, 20% white lie.
There you go.
I think we're in agreement with that.
And I
I
guarantee you
think
that
it's
80% is telling a white lie.
That's cap, exactly.
Wait, we didn't see the results for the ranch or blue cheese.
Oh yeah. It's
Run it
right
back,
there.
Jeff.
Here.
Oh,
52 blue
Yeah.
cheese.
that's wild.
Now, what I will
52%
say is a lot of
psychopaths.
my followers are from Buffalo, New
Okay.
York. So
There's a bias.
Okay.
I would love to see like the vote count on this.
I have never in my life.
So
as
it's
being
definitely
a-
biased.
I can pull it up on my phone real quick.
Oh,
Hold
really?
on. Yeah.
As a server, I have never in my life given more blue cheese than ranch. I think we may have changed the blue cheese
We
bucket like
we
once
did
a
grow
month.
up in North Carolina though.
Is that not a place to comment?
And where did you work at, Tiara?
Dun dun dun.
It's a simple question. I don't see myself out of line or anything like
Dun,
that.
dun,
Peaks.
dun.
It's like
Okay.
in Hooters,
So it
but
might have been the
classier.
clientele.
Hey, we all gotta start somewhere.
Smother, you know? How do you think I afford to get to Vegas? No.
The vote on the ranch or blue cheese: 42 votes for ranch, 46 for blue cheese.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's actually pretty close. But still, I mean, obviously by the 48-52, but that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
All right. What's the next one? Let's see it.
Yeah. What's next?
Check it out.
I like these questions. Oh, I thought she was in the bathroom for a second. I'm like, girls on the toilet. Girls taking a shit to tell the question.
I wanted to no.
Do you put the toilet paper roll on this way or that way?
Oh man.
That's funny.
Which way do you put it on?
Oh, bro! If you put your toilet paper roll on where the roll goes on the side closer to the opposite, like you have to be able to go to your toilet paper front side. You are a psychopath if you do the other way.
Full fact.
No, you guys reading too much into it. It doesn't matter.
It 100% matter.
Yeah.
I will have you pull up the
aesthetically
U.S. patents
pleasing.
on toilet paper right now and show you the proper way to do it.
Facts.
I mean, look.
If you go the other way, it starts to unravel and fucking do crazy shit that it doesn't need to do. Put it on the
I
right
haven't
way.
used toilet paper in years. You guys are just, I don't know.
Honestly, baby wipes are the way.
Baby wipes are the
That's
way.
how I
Oh,
That's
feel.
no
the
cap.
move.
You need
Yeah,
baby
yeah.
wipes. But I think
100%.
both because the baby wipes clean
a
it
little
up.
too moist.
The toilet paper kind of dries up a little bit of that excess moisture that kind of
Got you.
develops. So.
Or if you need to get the big chunks off toilet paper. Anyways, enough about that. Let's
about
hear
the
this young
chunks.
lady's
What you gotta
question
say.
here.
I'm gonna have you debate. We're gonna do clothing, pattern versus plain.
Ooh, pattern versus plain clothing. Me personally, it all depends on my mood. You feel me? Like I definitely have some crazy ass pattern pants, pattern shirts, and stuff like that. I think if you're trying to make a statement, like pattern, like all the time. You feel me? Like it's easier to match and stuff. You could have one pattern on the top, one pattern on the bottom, and stuff. People aren't really gonna look at you sideways. But if you have those plain clothes on, like those colors better match. Like the fits better be, synonymous with each other and whatnot. But between the two, I'd say, out of my general life, like I wear a lot of black. I'd go plain clothes on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What
So
do you guys
I got to kind of disagree a little bit on you with the pattern thing, because like if you got a guy wearing striped shirt and plaid pants, I'm gonna have to beat your ass.
Right.
So I'm gonna have to
Depends
ask
on
you-
the pattern.
Yeah.
You're right.
Hey, I'm about to ask you who the hell dressed
Ass
you.
you gonna be
Hey,
Terrence?
listen, come up to me wearing plaid and stripes, and you getting your ass
I'm gonna beat your ass.
going down, son. So I'm gonna have to say that me personally, I like plain clothes with like a nice little stamp design, so like the brand, brand recognition.
Close my handkerchief.
Gotta have my Vineyard Vines well on my shirt. Shout out Vineyard Vines.
So people know I'm a Southern gentleman.
Southern man, baby. You better know.
Take my do-rag off exactly at 8:45.
Got the do-rag on right now.
Oh, boy, be dipping, bro.
Ooh, go ahead and give you all a little bit of taste of that.
Little tsunami up in there, bro. Those ain't waves.
Show us
those
one more
are
time,
tsunamis.
We're not
Show us
playing
one more
around.
time.
Hey, speaking of tsunami, shout out GT Flowers and Tsunami. We'll bring a little bit of that in later.
These little advertisements today, boy.
Hey, we got a lot of good brands, but
I didn't get to
I was about to say, what's your opinion on the pattern plaid? Or
First of all, she had a sexy voice. I wish I had a cool voice like that. I sound like an awkward 12-year-old child, but plain, because I'm plain Jane. So I think plain is very flattering to my figure. I think too many colors and patterns just make me look all meh.
All over the place. For sure.
Yeah.
And you like things to be like neat and in order. You like
Very-
your bedroom to be clean. You,
know,
like your
it's-
closet to be organized.
Exactly.
I got you.
Has to be a very certain way.
yes.
What do the viewers say?
All right, let's go ahead and check that out.
All your artsy
Drum roll,
followers
please.
probably pattern.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, plain.
Explain 24 patterns.
I think
I
that's
mean-
a pretty universal. A lot of people in this day and age don't wear patterns like they used to. Like I remember when I was actually chubby, I used to actually wear just plaid
He had every color plaid shirt.
I had a shirt for every day of the
color.
week. So there's 5 days out of the week. I had 7 shirts for like my school week, and I made sure that in the cycle, never broke the cycle.
Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Red, orange, yellow, green, purple.
Man, if you ever were to pull up my Instagram, please don't. You will see the old
That
tan.
We
link
should
will
do
be in
that.
the description down there.
We should have a segment where we pull up old Facebook posts of people who are saying
Oh,
would be
yeah,
fun.
no, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get anyone Me Too'd or canceled out here. Absolutely. I think we got one more today.
Nice.
Oh, this guy looks familiar.
Oh, 2-question, Joe.
Obviously, budget cuts.
Yeah.
Submit more questions, people.
Yo, family, I got a question for you. Is it okay to date an ex's friend? Is that free game or off limits?
This guy's asking some real soul questions.
When he gave us a little wink, too, at the end. Did you see that?
What was that?
He gave us a little wink at the end. I just want to relive that moment right
Oh,
there.
yeah.
He's
yeah. Right there. All right. No, that was before my fault. Yeah, he did. And slow
Sweet baby Ray, and this is the homie Ray.
Ray J, baby. Shout out my girl Kim K.
Hey, I feel like he would. He didn't do it.
He's like, I already done this shit, but I want to know, am I good or not? Was that fucked
Matter of
up?
fact, I just got back from fucking your bitch right now.
He's over here like, fuck you guys. I'm a faithful black man.
Black men don't cheat. Hashtag.
Faithful black man community.
This is the typical fuckboy outfit, if you ask me. Though.
I know, right? He's got
Denim
the-
on top
Whoa,
of the
he's
green.
I mean, but he got the hat
swagging,
like
bro.
this,
Check, he's
though,
got
like,
the NASA.
what up, mama?
What you're wearing? No, I'm kidding.
Oh, this is little people. I'll have you know, my dad worked on this
His
team.
hat and a gray sweatshirt, but
Oh,
It's sweatpants season, baby.
my boy's swagging out
no,
here.
friends are off limits, and anyone in your circle who's dated anyone within your like, I don't know, like it's weird. I don't know. I think that's just it should automatically be off limits. Like if we, God forbid, we broke up and you dated one of my friends, you're both catching the hands. Like it's just disrespect, and it's not going to be tolerated. Like it's just going to cause problems. I feel like.
So here's what I'll say. Growing up, I went to a private school, and there were only 30 people in my class.
Oh,
So when you're
Ooh.
going
So you had
through
to fuck 'em all.
puberty and you
Yeah.
know everyone's
Gotta
dating
fuck 'em
everyone
all.
and
So,
stuff,
yeah.
there's gonna be some crossover, yo. That's just gonna happen,
Maybe a couple
man.
times too. Yeah.
Swapping spit, swapping other things, but you know.
Oh Jesus Christ.
swap and spit. He's like, I still taste Billy in your mouth.
No, but you know, in today's day and age, with the internet, with Tinder, with Bumble, with you know the ability to go on there, meet a bunch of people. I mean, during COVID times, like that's how people are meeting each other right now. I think that you know, dating a friend.
Your friend's ex.
Friend's ex.
It's your friend's
Depends on how
ex.
bad they are.
I was about
If
to
it's
say,
a
see,
hot
that's
ass
a big
bitch,
thing.
man, you're gonna have
Oh,
to
wait.
pipe down and let me do some piping.
So if I was your friend's ex-girlfriend, you would have gone for me?
High five.
Yeah,
High five.
absolutely.
Now, what if your friend went for her?
Oh, I'll beat that motherfucker ass.
He said, you better not be wearing striping plaid. then you get a double ass whooping. You get a double decker sandwich, baby.
What about you, Terrence? What if Christian tried to holler at Palanga after you? What
Christian,
about Big Toe Joe over there?
Big Toe. Oh, Big Toe gonna show why he earned the name Big Toe. Big Toe for nothing. Nah, listen, here's my thing. It's situational. So, like, it depends on the ex. So, like, if y'all, like, talked or, like, smashed once in time, like, no. Y'all were serious? Like, I'll say this just from, like, a personal perspective. Like, if you know that they've been together for a while, there should be no confusion that that's off limits, period. There shouldn't be a confusion. If you do, it's messed up, you know. But if it's just like a smash and dash, like caught a body kind of shit, or maybe they talk for like a small period, but it's like, nah, not for me, and there's been even a long gap in between it, and that's like a long time ex, like 4 years ago, you can't call dibs forever. Like, it's not like off limits forever.
There's
Like,
expiration date.
there is an
People aren't
expiration
property,
date. There's a
like-
seriousness. Like,
It's like 1 to 2 years. Like, let them have their grieving time to get over it. And then after that, it's like, all right, like, you
what
just
if they
gotta
dated?
move
Like,
on.
we grew up in Kernersville, a small town in North Carolina of like 100,000 people. What if your ex in high school was like, you're not gonna even care. You could literally care two shits about it. But
Yeah.
I think if it's fresh, off limits. You gotta respect that
It
freshness.
can't be
Give it-
like the next week they're talking and stuff like
the
someone
rebound for their
catching
ex,
his
like
hands right now.
Hey, I get why you hate him. I hate him too,
friends,
bro.
you
That's
know?
he's a fucking dick.
Yeah.
What kind of friend is that, bro?
Friends on the
Like,
plane.
The real Slim Shady.
what?
Fuck. That was funny.
Something.
No, right?
What did the viewers say?
Yo.
That's a bad
that's-
percentage.
That's a
a
bad
lot
percentage,
more free
yeah.
game than I thought.
I know.
Yo, you guys are scumbags. Scumbags.
That 39%. Well, I mean, who knows? Maybe they're on our side too. There's a little speculation to it.
But if you gotta go between one or the other, it's gotta be off limits.
Off
bro.
limits, yeah.
Off limits. Wow, 39%
There's how
to
many people in the world?
61.
That is. I mean, that's like literally fucking 2 to 3 ratio right there, or 2 to 1 ratio. That's pretty bad.
That is.
That's pretty bad.
I don't want any of you guys to be my friends.
Don't follow me, please.
And no, I mean, there's still a healthy amount of like faithful people out there, 61%, but
Faithful
People
black
be
man.
39 though.
39%.
Yo.
Is it okay to tell a white lie?
It's the same people that voted for white lie as it did for voting for free game. I guarantee you, bro.
Yo, that's funny.
Hell no.
That's people who eat those blue cheese. That's who it is.
Those are
cheesy.
the little lion ass blue cheese eating ass.
Get your free game ass out of here.
Damn, yo. Well, Terrence, I appreciate you coming on the podcast and shit this week. I think we had a lot of cool stuff. That Aaron Hernandez little boy toy clip, bro.
Man,
I'm
That's
gonna
some
have
wild shit right
nightmares
there.
about that.
that was
tonight.
pretty crazy.
I'm gonna have some wet dreams off of that. That's just my own personal problem.
He's like, I got some inspiration now about how I can kind of get my message out.
It's like
Got some
there's
more for
something
the
to keep us
spank. You
relationship.
sent those to my iMessage.
Oh, you got those, baby. You got those. Those are from the vault. I know you might jerk off to those later. I'm not mad at you. Sorry, Tiara.
Well,
All 6 inches.
thank you guys for all tuning in. This has been the Avocado Plug Podcast, episode 2. Until next week, keep avocadoing. Or guacking, something like that.
That was good.